Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we're going to be working on the 100,000th page view milestone. And Deviantart, that is, YouTube, we are far from hitting any potential milestone, but I haven't even figured out a milestone to put up yet. I mean, I guess video would work, but we'll talk about that a little bit later after we go on ahead and say if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So yes, 100,000th page view milestone. That's a lot, but that's all within a span of 8 years, which is saddening because some people have hit that milestone in less time. And those who've hit it mostly have a lot more mature drawings, while I am a mix of almost everything. But you know what? We got there, eventually. It took some doing, but we finally got there. In terms of how much exactly we have at the moment, apparently we got 100,253. Because during the time I was working on Elemental's Reborn episode. And we got 1,824 watchers. So yes, we made progress in that department. And hopefully we can continue making more progress. I mean, we are slowly but surely getting more and more page views as time goes on. But it all really depends on just how good of a drawing we make. And also the mature drawing in question, so yeah, there's that. But we do also have the series that do get a lot of views sometimes. So that's good. If I sound sick, I just woke up not too long ago. So my voice isn't exactly fully up and ready. I'm just taking this time to relax and whatnot, to get this done with before I have to deal with the nonsense outside known as weeds. Because nobody wants to buy a weed whacker. Because fucking backyard's a piece of shit. We used to have people for that stuff, but things got expensive, and they were barely doing shit with the yard. Which is annoying. Very annoying. You're being paid to do a job, not just sit around and do nothing, right? Even I can understand that in my freaking job, despite the fact that I don't want to even do it. But you got to do it. Because otherwise you're just going to get in trouble and lose a potential customer, and then you'll probably get fired or something. Chances are they didn't get fired because they probably have, good lawyers, and they probably have, the ability to get easy documents and whatnot. Assuming, they're that bad at their job and they're constantly still working there. I don't know. I don't even know who they were, what they were, or what kind of freaking personality they had. All I can tell you was they didn't do shish. Now we are the ones doing the yard work, which is, with this job, is annoying, because you barely have enough time. You don't know when you're going to work Saturdays or Sundays. And it's very annoying. Like that yesterday, because today is Sunday. They had every fucking line coming in. I decided to use a half a sick day so I can get myself some time. I didn't work on drawing, unfortunately, because obviously it's a Sunday and it's bright out, but I did kind of work on it a little bit. No, I worked on Paint Maze. I got all the levels for the first zone finished. And my god, one of the levels in that zone is a pain in the ass. Only because of the fact that it's, the map that I had showed you. It's the map of Paint Maze. Basically, it's a shortcut that skips 4 zones. And there are 6 difficult levels that you have to complete in order to get past it. And the third one is so damn difficult. I can only imagine the others are going to be difficult too, but I'm only going to worry about them when it's time. Right now, we're just focusing on getting all the stuff we need to get done with. Also tonight I gotta record Sonic Adventures 2 and play it up. Sonic Adventures 2 more importantly, because tomorrow that's coming out. I'll do that later tonight. My hope here is that I can get this stuff done with, Then I gotta get a landscapes and scenery drawing, a head start on that, get that done with as quickly as I can, and then hopefully get a head start on Adventurous Army. I was hoping to get it done sooner, but, things occurred and whatnot. At least now I'm able to work on the prefabs and all the grid space stuff in the first zone in Paint Maze, which is great. It means now I'm going to be able to get closer and closer to being done with the on-camera stuff, until eventually I can start working on the second zone and its levels and music and all that stuff. We're definitely on the up bend here, now that the levels are all done. And once I've gotten the prefabs and all that stuff, added some things and removed some things, adjust the names and the positions of where they're all at so they go like from bottom, well, in your direction, bottom up to the left, and constantly going until it gets to the end and all the way over to the right. Once all that prefab's and saved and whatnot, I'll be able to get the world map made, or at least part of it, one section of it. Obviously, the world map won't be fully made yet until we've gotten all of the zones built, and then all of the fast travel bits implemented and whatnot. It's very simple. It's very simple indeed. It's just going to take a lot of time to get all the zones built. Once the zones are built, we put all the grid spaces in there, including the levels. We don't put anything unimportant in there, like the navigations. Those will remain untouched from the world map. And then, of course, after we've done that, let me see if I can grab this thread. There we go. And then, of course, after we've done that, we just got to implement the, system. And when I was making these difficult levels, I've noticed something very unique with the fast reaction things that can occur. Because there's a very specific code in place that I think I showed you, where if the enemy enters the player, if the player moves just in time, just during the 0.025 second time for you to be able to move out the enemy will detect the crate above you, because there's going to be an instance where you got to move a crate, and the enemy will immediately be there ready to give you problems. You go on ahead, you remove the crate, and the enemy will go back in its little cubby for a bit, giving you a small amount of time. And this is a very difficult thing to hit, because you have to try to hit it just as the enemy enters you and you move. Because there is a very small margin of error when an enemy enters you. Which also, in terms, means that if you press the button too late, you will still move, but the enemy will still be able to kill you. Which is kind of trippy, because technically speaking, that shouldn't be what occurs, because you think, oh, I got out of the way, why did I die? But no, you didn't. You just pressed the button a bit too late, and you still moved and got sideswiped. It's like, here's you try to move, you try to dodge, but the enemy's like, and then you fall on your face, and the enemy goes back, or goes forward, depending on what direction it's going in. Which can be a little trippy, but that is what I've detected within that one particular instance, because the death still occurs, but the exit occurs just as the death occurs, basically. Which is a little bit like, you think you should have survived, but you didn't. I wonder if there is a way I could, fix that. Like, maybe if I had it set to where, if you die, you don't move or something. I was thinking maybe there was a way I could do that, but I don't really fully know if I can easily get that done without any problems occurring. Thankfully, it's just coding stuff, so I don't have to worry about anything potentially screwing up. It's strange, because as soon as the dead instance occurs, as soon as the coroutine goes through, the dead variable goes to true, which prevents you from technically moving. But if you press the movement key just as soon as you die, then, of course, you, you move. And then you die. It does make me wonder, though, if I could have it set to where that's not going to occur. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, that's completely wrong. It's supposed to be over here. Let me fix that a little bit. Oh, no, technically put it here. One thing I could think of is that the dead variable is placed within the classes that allows the player to move, because there is classes that lets the player move and do all of its thing once, you press the button. It was like a really good way to compact the code so I don't have to press the same thing over and over again. It's just, it does the same thing, but it has all the codes in one spot, which is good for, multiple different types of movements, I guess. I don't know. I wonder if there was, if that wasn't like that, then all the movement would occur. I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe it still would have occurred because you pressed the button at the exact moment you died. Exactly at 0.025 seconds, and that's why you moved. Because it gets a little trippy sometimes, It's a very millisecond-based kind of instance. Whereas if the enemy was there and you died immediately instead of, via a small timer, then I guess technically speaking, you wouldn't be able to perform the dodges or do those quarter-second reactions with ease. Because a quarter-second reaction is a pain. Because you gotta press 2 keys in spam of a quarter of a second. So it's and then there's one instance in the 3rd level where you gotta press 3 keys in the span of a quarter of a second, which is possible, especially if it's one of those keys where it's down left or down right. I think that's down left? Well, no, in that direction it would be down. It's mirrored. The camera is mirrored. I don't know what direction it's. You know what I mean? Down left, down right, yada yada yada. The direction is very simple. So, of course, with all that in mind, and all the frickin' bits and intricacies with the coding that I have placed in position, trying to make any changes, sometimes it might not work, because it's exactly what it needs to be. It could be also the fact that because the coroutine is, down below and all, hard to say, really. The coroutine is down below, but I don't think it is. Well, I don't know. I have to check. Regardless, when the death occurs, your movement stops. But if you press the movement key as you died, then the movement will still do its thing. So don't get tripped up in thinking I dodged it, I shouldn't die. Technically, you moved as soon as the enemy went on to you, and the timer went and done its course, and then you died. I don't know the best way to make it so that you don't move when that occurs. And I feel like if I were to try to make it to where you can prevent that death from moving, that probably is going to mess something up. Unless we have movement make dead equal false, but I feel like that wouldn't help, because if dead is equal to true, it does all of that stuff, which kills the player, goes through, you could still move at that point. It's just now you're moving, and you only got a few, not even a few seconds, a second or two before the scene restarts, so that probably wouldn't help at all. Whoops. I hate it when it happens. Well, regardless of the situation, right, Momo? Don't give him that look for. Wow. Go nudge. You wanna nudge my head? No? There's your little snout. Your nose. Oh wait, I'm on the walls. I'm on your walls. Nice argument, but I'm in your walls. What you shaking your head for, cat? Oh, that's the wrong door, but that's fine. That works too. So this is the second time you're seeing Jenny. You got Jenny Post over here. Now, whether or not you're in her room or she's in your room, it all really depends. You know? You got yourself a nice little milestone hit right here. Makes you wonder, You hit that milestone. We got like a few good milestones happening here. Are you making these noises, computer? You're annoying me. I wonder if you can hear that. Oh wow, the mic's not picking up, or at least picking up on the subtle sounds. It's probably picking it up as I talk, right? Probably. I still have the settings set to where certain sounds are kind of like blocked out. Not blocked out. I mean, it's good enough, it's just not like the best. Because obviously you could probably still hear stuff from up there. You'd wonder why I only record during the nighttime. Because I am apparently needed during these times, and there's also sounds upstairs of things occurring. And this is her jacket. Actually, I forgot. You guys have never seen her wearing her normal outfit outside of me showing the 1000th deviation milestone drawing. This is what her normal outfit looked like. Matter of fact, I could probably show you the first ever milestone drawing that I hit. And I think it was album 3? Or was it album 2? No, it was album 3. This is what she looked like before. This is way back in album 3. I thought I got it. But album 3 drawing right here with 1000th page view. Now we're on 100,000th page view. And I'm sure I hit another page view milestone at some point, but I don't remember when. Yeah, I hit the 100th deviation. What are you doing, cat? Where would I have hit it? 10,000. Another 10,000 page view milestone. Pretty simplistic drawing. But this was in album, what was it again? 11. Which is slightly better, but not as good as where I am at right now. 10,000th. From album 3 to album 11. And I'm sure we hit another milestone at some point. That's 1,000. Or page view milestone, at least. Watchers. Favorites and deviation. I'm sure I've hit at least one more. Did I? Or was 100,000th the last one? And there's a very easy way to check this out. I could just go over into my milestone list and see. Oh yeah, no, this is the third one. Man, 1,000th, 10,000th, 100,000th, 250,000th. It's like 10 times to 10 times to... I think that's 2.5 times. Well, actually, there's a very easy way to check that out. Just do no. That's the clock. 100,000th times 2.5. Yep. 2.5 times 2's times another 2 times. So there's, 250,000th, 1,000th, 500,000th, a million. Million's gonna take a while. I know somebody on Deviantart who once hit 1 million, but then they left because the AI stuff. Which I can understand, but I'm still sticking around. A good captain goes down with the ship. But, yeah, no, I can understand why. And they mostly hit that milestone because they had some controversial, like, drawings and whatnot. Consisting mostly of Jaden. You know her? The Jaden animation. Not the girl herself, the character. Part of me was thinking maybe I could do, like, a YouTube drawing thing with Luna. But a lot of people would be angry at me for drawing that, despite the fact that they don't really care that that stuff occurs. You gotta keep in mind, real life drawing of yourself will most likely get lots of porn drawing out there. I expect that with my character if I can ever get to the same famous level as all the others who got porn drawings made of them. And it makes sense. Where was it? Where was it? Was it 44? Yeah. My particular drawing of me is a little bit more feminine, obviously. It's a way more, what do you call it? Cute than the Heroes version of me, which is a very specific universe that I keep to myself. Which I believe is in album 42, right? Yeah. This version of me. The version of me that when I was young, drew and, was used to, beat the shit and kick the ass out of anything that angered me, even when I was a kid. Now we got Kane Ningu to do that, and Luna to save and do the mature stuff, the mature stuff with. But yeah, no, I feel as though that the actual version of me, the one that it took ages for me to get to draw, is the one that people will do, and I'm looking forward to it. Mostly the ones that are doing the foot fetish and tickling fetish art, but, that is neither here nor there. Alright, we almost done with the shading? Place your bets, folks. What am I going to miss? I have definitely missed something here. What am I going to miss in the shading department? I think I got everything. But yes, that person had a lot of drawings. And they have even a subscribe star. Probably got a lot on it. I could only wish that I could get to that point. But I do 2 drawings a month. Total of $10 a month, which means $5 a drawing. Which is pretty freaking low when you think about it. But if it's too high, then people aren't going to want to subscribe every month or so. Which is a shame, really. My god, this is taking ages to load. There we go, finally. Alright, let's do a smaller one. So yeah, needless to say, there are some people out there with over 1 million page views. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to hit that all really depends. I am most active, posting at least 2 drawings a week, sometimes 3. And keeping up with YouTube, I am pretty active. YouTube is slowly getting up there. We're at the 40s now in the subscriber department, but it's going to take a while before we ever reach any semblance of triple digits. Most likely. If I were to have to take a wild guess, it would probably take us a few years. Even though I am kind of posting every day except for Saturdays and Sundays, unless I have an art time episode coming out. The weekends are kind of my weekend vacation, even though it's not really a vacation. Even though I do the recordings on the weekends, technically speaking. Depends, really. Depends. The one thing you gotta take into consideration with that aspect is the whole, oh, what did I forget? What did I hold off on recording? Yesterday, I decided to do the outline and the shit coloring for most of this, and got all this done with where I get to this point at this point in time. Instead of doing the next episode of Game Crafters. We'll probably do that either tonight or tomorrow. Depends, really. Did I do this one? I can't tell. I'm going to do it again, just in case. Right now, there's only 3 things I gotta record. Sonic Adventures 2, Plate Up, and Game Crafters. I could potentially get them done with all today. And then for the rest of the week, I'll be working on landscapes and scenery drawing, Adventurous Army, hopefully, and then, of course, working on adjusting the prefabs every hour. I got a couple of simplistic drawings coming up next week, so hopefully I'll be able to get Adventurous Ami done with before Sunday. And I got Ancient... Well, it depends. Depends on if these stupid jackholes have Saturday or Sunday on the board. It's annoying. It's tedious. They really think nobody has a life. It really feels like that. And if they're going to say we don't have that thought process, it really does feel like that, you know? Feels like you don't think we have a life outside of this place. The Saturdays and Sundays get very tediously annoying. And now that I'm in the relief position, I'm in the crosshairs for it. This is very annoying. Because before it was like one line and you didn't have to worry about it, but now all of a sudden one line, don't matter, come in. What, I have a life here. You don't think I have a life? You think I don't got anything going on? I got dozens of projects to work on, god damn it. I'm building up a community over here. What are you doing? Exploiting the fucking common labor of men? And that's what it feels like. And that's what it's always going to feel like. Nothing in that department's going to change my mind. Nothing could ever change my mind in that department. Doesn't matter what some redneck mofo who's like, today's youth folk don't have work ethic. This is my work ethic. Creations. Constantly keeping up with creations. God damn it. You don't think I have a work ethic? My work ethic is this. I also begrudgingly have the normal work ethic that I don't really want in my repertoire. Because that means people would exploit that, and I don't like that. I'd rather do this for a living. And can you blame me? It's so much more fun creating my own worlds, creating my own stories, creating my own series and games. It's way more fulfilling, you know? That's why I can't wait to go back into Minecraft. I'm having fun with Tales of Berseria, despite the frustrations that have occurred with some areas. Granted, we're in intense mode, and we're still stuck with the goddamn +3 equipment, because it takes so long to get access to +6 or +10. I'm sure we're getting to that soon. It feels like we've got to be getting to that soon. But yeah, YouTube also. Even though YouTube is kind of like an afterthought, and we're just basically doing video dumps a la in the same vein as Captain Sparkles 2, which that's mostly from Twitch stream videos. Unedited. Hour-long videos. Granted, most of what I do is like 2 hours long. Then there's Sonic Adventures 2, which usually isn't that long. Out of all the other stuff in here, that's usually never the longest. Not until we get to the part where we do Chow Care, the Chow Care season, which is going to consist of us doing an hour of taking care of our chow and just relaxing. Because, I mean, once you've gotten done with all of the games nonsense with A ranks and whatnot, then the only thing left to do is just to get a 3 quintuple S rank chows and then turn them into Chaos chows. Neutral, Hero, and Dark versions. Then there's also taking care of chows on the side. Oof, my back, neck. Anywho's and wits. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that department. I do gotta say, one thing though, that I can't wait for the next milestone. I don't know what the next milestone is going to be. The most likely milestone that we are probably going to hit, I could probably look at the list right now. And the page views are 250,000. That's going to take a while to hit that page view milestone. And deviations, that's 2,500 deviations. If we're going like 120 drawings a year, it's going to take years to get to that point. Favorites, I don't know. I think we might have hit 50,000th favorites but DeviantArt removed the thing that allows us to check that. I'm sure we hit 10,000 favorites. The only way I would be able to check out my favorites if I were to go through every single mature drawing, calculate them up, and see where we're at, because those are the ones getting the most favorites. But we do have a lot of basic small drawings, so maybe they have a lot. And in Watchers, there's 5,000th Watcher Milestone. That is a lot. And we're only on 1.8 right now. So... oh, shitberg. Oh, well, it's fine. There's an easy fix for this one, if you believe it. There we go. The clone tool really helps with making textures kind of mesh together. Because I could probably also just do this. And get some of that shaded in like so. Wait. Go back to the stroke. I'm probably forgetting something. Outside of, what do you call it? And I was right, I forgot this thing. Let's hope we don't miss a fucking beat over here. Go. Seems like I got everything here. Good, great. Now I'll just go ahead and get this nightstand here. This other nightstand side. Ah, shitberg. Well, like I said, there is an easy fix for this. Just wish I didn't have to perform it. Did I get everything? Seems like I did. Good use of the clone tool, though. Making sure you keep the textures the same as they need to be. As for the walls, I'll probably give them a nice little wallpaper. But that is not what I wanted to click on. I want to click on Wall 1D. Wallpaper look, despite the fact that it looks kind of... oh, it looks like paper. Crumpled up paper. A wall. I mean, how else would you have your walls in your room look? That's not plaster or stone or wood. Well, does anyone even have stone for a wall? Castle era, yes. I don't know what these materials are. They look like regular old dry ply or whatever you would call it, I think. I can't tell. Alright, the only other thing I need to do now, unless I forgot something important, is to add in the lines. Here. Like so. And I'll even bring the lines out of it, actually. Yep. And... well, wait a minute. Hold on. The lines do get a little... okay, I'm going to have to do it like this, then. Like, I don't know... no, wait. Better idea. Oh, there's the dogs. I don't know if you could hear that. Yeah, you can hear it. It's in the yellow. So you can hear a faint woof. I don't think old pit bulls over here just constantly causing ish. I don't know if I've shown you the picture of them before. I could probably show you that real quick, assuming I have it here. On the computer. There they are. Well, no, there's one of them. Well, yeah, there's Harley. Rest in peace, Titan. There's poor Pupples. And then there's Tia. Right over. Oh my god, why is that? Sideways Pups. Why is that sideways? Oh, there she is. Right there. Wonder if I have shade in here. I probably don't. Probably didn't have a reason to, because I only have that in here because I needed a reference to draw them for drawing long ago. Yes, indeed. Yes, indubitably. Whoopsis. Alright, so that should take care of most of that. Let me move that a bit. I think that was Harley that was barking. The one that was black and white, that's not the one that I said Tia. Move this over here. And that should be good for the floor. All the lines shading in, because sometimes all the lines don't shade in. Let's go to like 5 now or something. There we go. Go back to 1, and now we'll make even more lines. Lines 2. I'll even call this one lines 1. This one should be easy, though. Just gotta move these lines like so. Wait, no. Move it here, you fucking fool. Try to keep it even though I don't need most of it like that. There we go. We'll just go over to here, do this one first. And we'll just go over to here and do this one next. Everything seems so shaded in. Good. Good, great, fantastic. Did I get everything? That's a good question. I feel like I did. I'll be honest with you, I feel like I did. So now we can start working on the shadows. Which is going to be interesting because not all of the shadows are... Well, hold on, let me make sure this is not... Okay, good. Because this is kind of in a very specific spot where it's above almost everything. So I'm going to have like 2 different shadows or something. We're going to have light coming in to here. Hide most of this. Light coming in from the window, basically. I don't think we need to worry about the hair too much, since most of it being dark makes its shadows kind of pointless. Alright, we'll just go on ahead, get the side shadows here. Not too much now. And we just go get the hand over here. Mostly focusing on... that's too dark. How about like here or something? There we go. Get the hand. Careful not to get too much of that one area over there. And get some of the hair, but not. Get off of that. Shade in some of this bit over here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of shading. So we can get that done with. Yes, indeed. No, don't move that, you fucking fool. I need to go out and... Oh, I double-clicked it. I double-clicked it and didn't want to double-click it, that's for certain. The lamp is currently off right now as all of this gets lit up in the room. That is not what I wanted. Copy this. 1B. There we go. Okay, we could probably have some shadows around here and whatnot. There we are. Get some right here, some down here, some over here. Get down here and get the shadow inside of here, since most of this is going to be darkened due to the view of the room being up here. Now this is a more preferable bed with a dresser beneath it. And have it be metal on the inside, but wood on the outside for decorum's sake. And have it be built sturdy and strong instead of fragile and weak. Both of you. Fucking piece of shit bed and piece of shit dresser that we still ain't replacing for some fucking reason. Alright, let's just get some shadows back here. Obviously, there would be a lot of shadows here if most of this area is being hidden by the light here. Same thing here, and the same thing up here. Not by much, but by some. Not a whole lot of shadows either, because the room is being lit up by natural lighting. How much? Light blue, teal, cool looking? Or do we have like a nice light blue fog with a nice light orange sunlight shining in with some good combination of orange and blues? Color theory, son. It's what allows us to get cool looking things. Sometimes experimenting with the color theory can create some very interesting and strange looking environments, which is perfect for an alien-esque planet. Granted, though, I don't know if there is any color that doesn't go too good together. Purple and red has a kind of nice-looking, deathly color to it. As a matter of fact, let me look at a color wheel image and see if I can come up with some strange color combinations. Yeah, because purple and red aren't on the same spectrum, but purple and yellow is. Red and green. Orange and cyan. Whatever the hell that is in teal. Yellow orange. Oh yeah, this one would probably be better. Yellow orange to the foot. Okay, I did not want to open that up, you fool. I wanted to just look at the image in full. Never mind, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, primaries, tertiary, secondary. Ugh. But combining a secondary and a primary, now that could give you some interesting, what you call it? Or at the very least, you know, a different primary and secondary, is what I'm trying to say. Like purple and red, purple and green. But that is more of a secondary and a secondary. Look, you can get some interesting and unique, vivid-looking colors if you go off of the usual back-to-back color spectrum. It doesn't hurt to experiment, especially if you draw a lot like I do. If you draw a lot like me, then you don't have to worry about, oh, but is this good enough? To me, every drawing is good. I haven't really had to worry about a drawing that has very little to it. As of recent, I'm going to have to go back into my artwork space real quick. I did a quick and simple little animals drawing with this turtle here. Simple. Not too much going on with it. And it still looks good. You can do good if you keep at it. And not worry about is it good enough. That's how I basically roll. I've developed enough skills to get to a point where mostly everything I do is better than the long, long ago, where I was not as, good as I am now. And let me get some of this in here. Nice little light yellow coming from this particular part of the room. There we are. Okay, now that the fog is in place, I gotta put in the sun rays. Though then again, my effects have gotten really good, so I can probably make a crappy drawing look pretty freaking cool. I wonder if I could do a test like that at some point. But not as a thing to showcase somewhere else, just take a drawing that's not that good. Like, I don't know, maybe... Well, that's a good question, because it also helps if you have a good background to it, right? So drawing that's not that good, but it has a good background to it. And I go in, add in my shadows and effects, and see if I could make it look better. And then see if I could do a redraw of it. Or at the very least, redraw of a scene if it's like a comic-esque kind of appearance. I did have the idea once, long ago, to see if I could challenge myself to draw a pretty cool and badass looking Sonichu. See if I can do a hell of a lot better than Christian. Granted, that's a pretty low bar, so It's more so just a challenge to see if I can make this one character that looks innately, you know, goofy. Some of that goofy shit. And see if I can make him look badass. That'd be a pretty cool challenge, though. And a tribute to some infamous person. Even though, you know, it's not on the same spectrum as the Bob Ross drawing that I did. Although that one was more so just redraw Bob Ross's drawing in my own style. Remember that episode? I think that was the 100th episode, too. Yeah, right here. Tribute to Bob Ross. My own style, utilizing my own effects, my own textures, my own brushwork. Still proud of this one. Still proud of being able to recreate this with my own style and play. I don't know if I had a side-by-side. I probably didn't. But needless to say, that one was pretty good. Granted, I wouldn't do that with the Sonotube challenge. I would do my own pose and my own... well, it's a literal colored pencil drawing. I don't think there is any way I'd be able to replicate that in Photoshop. I would have to literally create my own scene and do my own thing. At least with the Bob Ross one, he does like literal paintings. His painting style can be replicated digitally, whereas the pencil style is a little bit more tricky, with the way my style works at least. I don't sketch. I have like outlines, as you can see here and here. I use the pen tool. Paths, basically, they call it. They call them paths. And that's what I've used to draw the outlines and get like perfect shapes. I remember because long ago in like album 8, I was experimenting with like the pen tool, because before I was like using the smudge tool to try to like get everything where it needed to be, which was pretty impressive with being able to get a good smudge tool look of this, even though most of it didn't look as good. But it still looked good enough for the time that I was drawing in Photoshop and using only smudge tool and stuff like that. I guess that's the one issue now, as of recent, is that there is a very specific style that I had with the smudge tool long ago that I am no longer able to recreate. Because, like, okay, for example, one of the older drawings of, where is it? No, that would be an album 2. Is it? Yeah, like this one. I probably wouldn't be able to recreate that as well as I can now. Like, the hair here looks pretty freaking cool and realistic. But the problem was, with the hair like this, doing a smudge tool, there is a very... you know how I do the shadows, right? That would be almost impossible. I should try to figure out how to recreate the hairstyle that I had here, because the hairstyle here looks so freaking cool, but the rest is meh. Right now, the hairstyle went down the simplistic route. You know how, like, most anime hairstyles are. Obviously, because you gotta animate it somehow, and draw a certain thing multiple times in the mangas. So if you have to go through all of that, whew, man, you would have a hard time trying to animate very complex hair. These are singular drawings. I feel like I should be able to do better with the hairstyle, but I don't want to, like, risk it just yet. Shouldn't be that hard. But the problem with using the smudge tool is it leaves behind, like, a strange residue of, like, whiteness. Like, if I were to go to the smudge tool right now and grab this and try to do something like this, yeah, it would look like, you know, frizzled, but it just wouldn't look as good as, like, most other things do. Okay, I think that's all the shadow rays. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of I mean, I guess I could probably try to add some more shadow rays down here a bit more. Even. You can barely see it. Smell dinner's probably almost ready. We've been at this for how long? Not even an hour! Jesus! Felt like it was like an hour and a half, but no, apparently not. Alright, let's get this finished, shall we? I'm going to post this before dinner. Because I am hungry. I woke up at 3:30 or something. 3:20. Laid in bed for like 30 and 40 minutes. And I didn't eat. So I am freaking hungry as hell. I didn't have breakfast because I already had breakfast before I went to bed. That would be my weird little, meal plan if I was ever not have to worry about, this is the wrong thing. If I were to ever not have to worry about work, like going to work and having to get up at a specific time, I would be, yeah, that's way better. I would be consuming cereal at night, going to sleep, having lunch, and then dinner. Or dinner and then lunch. It depends on when I wake up. Depends on how that occurs. How all that, goes. And this would be assuming that I can get to a point where I wouldn't have to worry about getting up in time for work because my work is creating games or YouTube videos or series and, Although I probably still have to keep somewhat of a good schedule going if I'm working with other people. Excuse me, son, what you doing? No, not dark teal, dark blue, even though I don't think we're going to use dark blue. Oh, it depends. What area needs dark blue more? The back end here? Probably. Not too much. I need to keep it relatively... what's the word? A cool lighting. Let's get some light purple up in here so it's not too dark. My god. It's like my computer is slowly but surely unable to handle any freaking simple... even though it's a lot, still shouldn't be having a problem trying to get this stuff placed. It is a lot of pixels being put in. Let's try this one. No, how about this one? Almost. How about this one? Oh, that's worse. Unless I can, make this slightly brighter. I don't know what this is. That does look better. And this is a new... Okay, I don't want that to that work. This is a new light blue color. So, light blue effect number 4. I need to get myself more effect colors here. I've been using the same effect colors for ages now. I feel like at some point I gotta try to, change it up a bit, And a nice light pink should look good. Yeah, maybe get some light pink around here or so. Not sure about that one. Keep the skin untouched since most of the skin seems fine as it is. Light pink there? Nah. I think now we'll just go into the sepia. Should be easy enough. It's probably going to be a mixture of teals and yellows. Let's see. Too bright. Too bright again. Seems too dark. Maybe I can get a nice blue color in. Oh, that could work. Alright, let's see. A nice yellow going along the sides of here. See if I get a nice... No. Dark blue? No. Well, dark blue here seems like it would work just fine. How about you? Yeah, too much teal is not good. Go back to yellow. Yeah. Try to get some more up in here. Maybe not too bright. I got a nice pink, light pink in here. Nah. I think that's good enough. Now, there's more effects that I would like to add in here that I think is going to look pretty cool. And that's sun particles again. But these are different sun particles. I'm going to go over here. Others. I really wish it would stay up here. Control. See, I don't know what control does. Pen pressure. Pen tilt. Oh, there we go. Yeah, stylus wheel. So in other words, I can only really do fade. Interesting. Nah, but that fade isn't the thing. It's... Well, fade could probably work if I were to have it at like a good solid 25. We'll try it out. Why not? I'm trying new things here, son. Thing is, I don't know how the hell this is going to work fully. It slowly fades out and then stops doing things. I would probably have this be like overlay or something. Get out of there, you fool. Alright, go back to off again. Go to 50. Get some nice, simple effects coming in from here. Delete some of these so it's not too far out. Make sure this is free of anything. Even the flares and the particles here. And then we go on back and go to a solid 250. I get some big ones in. And that should do it, I think. Yeah, keep that stuff up there. That one's because of the window upwards and whatnot. And there we have it, I think. I think we're basically done here. So with effects, without effects. With effects, without effects. So on and so forth. So there we go. So that's all the time I have for today, folks. About an hour therein. So thank y'all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more. Check out that there playlist, of course. Previous episode of Art Time over here. And the most recent episode of Tales of Berseria right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.